Hey guys, this is Hector from Xtrades back with another video, and in this video I'm going to go over the best type of reversal setups that I personally like to play. So yeah, I guess before we get started, one thing I want to go over are hammer candles, right? So normally with the candlestick, this is usually the low of day, and this is usually the high of day. Or I mean, sorry, sorry, this is the high of day, right? The top of the wick. This is where we close, assuming it's a green candle, and this is where we open, and then this would be the low of day, right? And this would be a green candle. If it was a red candle, then this would be the open, this would be the close, right? So whenever you close below where you open, that's a red candle, and whenever you close above where you open, that's a green candle, right? So sometimes you will have bars that open like you have a big gap down, right? And then you go down lower, but you actually end up closing really strong, right? So you have days where you gap down, right? But you actually close very strong and you form a really nice hammer candle, right? So in the second candle I drew here is a perfect example of a hammer candle. And hammer candles are great for showing signs of a reversal happening in short term or for the next couple days, right? Based on the daily chart. And same concept applies on the intraday chart, right? So for example, if you get a hammer candle on the 5-minute chart, then you can expect the next couple of candles to be um, you can expect some upward momentum in the next couple candles, right? My point is, whenever you have a hammer candle, that's a bullish sign, and it's a sign that a stock is going to go up, right? And same thing, vice versa, right? So if you have a bearish hammer candle, right? So something where you go all the way up, but you end up closing really weak. So for example, AVGO, this is a pretty weak candle because you went all the way up to 356 but closed at 334, right? So that's a pretty weak candle. So that's an example of a hammer candle, but to the downside. So whenever you see that, that's also a bearish signal, and you can expect the next couple of days to go down. And then for bullish, next couple of days to go up, right? So these hammer candles are really key because they can be pretty helpful for swing trading, right? On strong momentum names like, for example, Hood, right? So this is a name that bottomed in March, right? Then it had a nice bounce, formed the flag, broke out, right? This is like the mini flag here, and it broke out, formed another flag, broke out, right? Let's say you missed these opportunities. What you could do is wait for some sort of hammer candle to form and buy based off that hammer candle, right? So here you see there's a hammer candle that formed right on that candle. And the way that you want to buy these hammer candles are, so for example, if this is a hammer candle, right? That was not straight, but that's okay. So let's say this is the hammer candle, right? You get a really strong hammer candle. You want to buy when it, so the next day you want to buy when it breaks the high of day, and then the stop loss would be placed at the low of that hammer candle, right? So for example, on this one, you would be buying on this candle's high of day, which is at 60.83, and stop loss would be that low of day, which is around that 57.68, right? So this is the setup here, right? So you buy as soon as it crosses the high of day, the next candle, the next day, right? Stop loss placed there, and this one ends up working out really well, right? It goes from what was it? Entry is $60, yeah, $61 to 117, right? That's almost a 2x, and you're only risking a couple bucks here, right? So really good risk reward ratio on this one, right? And then over here you get another hammer candle, right? You go all the way down to 68, but you end up closing very strong around that 73 area. So again, here you buy as soon as that high of day gets taken out the next day, and stop loss is placed at that low of day, right? And then again, you get a really nice move. It goes from 73 to 117, right? And then again, here Hood forms, this is not the best hammer candle because we didn't get the best close, but technically this is also a reversal setup, right? As soon as you take out the high of day, it's buyable, right? And then you can make a quick move from 104 to 117 in a couple of days, which is pretty solid for like a 5-day move, right? Um, so yeah, those are a couple examples with Hood of how well this hammer setup or hammer reversal setup worked out, right? This works really well on momentum names, right? Names that are the leaders and have been trending really nicely. So let's just take a look at a couple more examples just to get this down for you guys, right? So for example, SoFi, this is one where it formed the hammer candle on this candle, right? So here you buy as it breaks that. So the next day you buy if it breaks this hammer candle's high, right? So it does break, so you buy here, stop loss placed here, right? And this one is trending really, really nicely. It went up 27% from entry, right? And then again here, another really, really nice hammer candle, right? So you buy when it breaks the high of day, the next day. And then here it goes from 22 to 26 in a couple bars, like 3 bars, which is like an 18% move in 3-4 days, which is pretty insane, right? So another really, really nice hammer reversal setup, right? Let's take a look at a couple more examples. Shopify. This one's currently putting in a reversal candle. I just put one in last week, right, on September 2nd. Here's a nice reversal candle, right, nice hammer candle you buy on this day when it breaks this candle's high of day, right, to around this area. And stop loss placed here. And this one has been working out pretty well so far, right? A-Lab, same thing here, right? This is a nice hammer candle. We gapped down at 168, went all the way down to 162, but closed at 173, which is a bullish sign, right? So again, you buy as soon as it breaks that level, stop loss placed here, right? The low of day. And this one has been working out well so far. This one's good. This one, again, you want to find strong momentum names, right? This one's definitely a very strong momentum name. Went from like 120 to 220 in like a couple months. And over here, you see a really clear hammer candle, right? So you buy as soon as it breaks. So in this case, it didn't break the next day. It actually took 2 days for it to break the high of day. But same principle applies, right? You buy there, stop loss there, and now it's already up like 10% from entry, right? Okay, one last example, right? Reddit. This one had a really nice shakeout candle on this day, right? And it formed the hammer, right? It went all the way down to 205, but closed at 218, which is definitely a bullish sign, right? So you buy as it breaks the high of day, stop loss placed here. So this one actually ended up chopping out for a couple days, but now it's moving nicely, and so far it is up 8%. But yeah, this one can go much, much higher. So yeah, I hope that helps, right? Basically what we are looking for are hammer candles, right? And whenever you get a hammer candle, you want to be buying as soon as it breaks that high of day, right? So for example, this is the hammer candle, right? You want to buy the next day if it breaks that previous hammer candle's high of day, right? And then stop loss to place at the low of day. But yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for tuning in.